Core Set 2020 pre-release weekend is officially here. Very excited. Was lucky enough to get my hands on a pre-release pack a day or two early. We'll go ahead and crack this bad boy open, 6 booster packs, do a quick build, and see if it's going to be competitive or not after the break. So, breaking out the Junda mount, playing that once again. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see a window behind the process of my pre-release. We're going to keep this video super quick and just go ahead and crack open the packs. I'm going to go ahead and lay it out like I normally would for a pre-release. I don't know about you, but I mean, you have to check out the pre-releases. For me, it is my absolute favorite event in Magic the Gathering. Super casual, super competitive if you want it to be. Check out limited resources, study the meta, and let's try that again. It would be a Young Corpse TV video if you didn't have a little camera hiccup. Cheap memory card, camera write speed, stop recording. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. No shenanigans, I swear. I think I was ranting about limited resources and pre-release weekend. Absolutely, please check it out. Support your local game stores, and for your value, I'm thinking you're spending 25 bucks, you're getting 6 packs, and you're having a good 3-4 hour block of time. I'm gonna keep this video kind of quick, so I'm not gonna rant too much, but what you get inside is one spin down, one of 5 colors. Black is kind of my favorite, and kind of ironically, the set symbol is a 20, ends on the D20 side. I think that works out great. Dope, I love black, dope spin down. You're getting 6 booster packs. You're getting a pretty sweet tuck box for your storage, and our promo, awesome. Excuse me, not exactly Value Town. However, I do love the dinos. I have the Gishoth EDH deck, and this is kind of a blue hate card. Awesome. I don't know if it's going to make the build. I think for a 4-drop 5/4 can't be countered card, it's a bomb. I think this is super playable and limited. I think that's making the cut. Also, you're going to notice right here, planning on giving it away anyway. I think this is going to be valid. I'm not sure when, but first come, first serve. Enjoy this code and get a free, basically, Core Set 2020 booster packs. Oh, sweet. Jeez, okay. I thought this was the, they changed it up. You're getting 6 free booster packs. Enjoy. So, Arena, 6 free booster packs. First come, first serve. Crack some packs in the name of Young Corpse TV. So, boom. Throw that over there. That's dead. We're getting a sweet divider. We're getting a spin down, and everything's tucks and stores. For the people who don't know, this comes with a pretty sweet breakdown of building your deck. Basically, you're using 6 packs to build a 40-card deck. Breakdowns as follows. It gives you a very awesome breakdown as far as mana curve. Shows you what you need spell-wise, and basically just a very great set to jump in. Core sets, if you've never played before, if you're casually watching this channel, please check it out. So, like I said, I won't ramble too much, but I'll show you my process as far as cracking packs go. Crack right in. So I just kind of crack, separate. Like I said, I'll go kind of quick, and then after I'm done, I'll snap to my brew. So we'll keep this under 10 minutes, ideally. That's definitely not going to happen. So kind of real quick. I think for the sake, I'll just do a quick color sort. Green. Okay, so this is a little bit different than your normal crack a pack video. So basically I just kind of color sort real quick. This is going to be terribly awkward. Alright, let's get the Wooburg going. So we kind of check that out. Boom. So I can kind of, in the periph, lay the cards down. Ideally what I like to do too is I like to identify any playable cards. I'll put them towards the top so I kind of know what I want in each color. But we'll go ahead and get through. I won't make you guys suffer too much. We'll slow roll some of these uncommon. So, oh, dope. So 2 copies, I think we gotta play green. Typically in pre-release, playing 2 pips of any color, especially in 4 drops, is kind of hard to do. But I think with 2 copies, I don't know if we force green yet, but I'm definitely liking it. White might be a good mana fixing, is always awesome in this. Foil Mountain, and a wolf token. So, okay. So we'll go a little bit faster, check out the board, so that'd be kind of a great idea to see what's going on there. So like I said, separate in colors, there's no need for tokens, and let's just keep moving. Duress, good sideboard card. Like I said, I would definitely recommend checking out the podcast Limited Resources, Marshall Sutcliffe, LSV. Basically, it's an amazing resource for just kind of, they go over every card in detail, and for my money, kind of like my go-to for pre-release, so I definitely check those out. Great resources. This video is kind of a disaster, but let's just kind of color separate first uncommon. So I definitely like, okay, we're getting a lot of green with the white mana fixing. The white's not too strong quite yet. Bag of Holding, kind of a colorless artifact, not steering us in any direction, however, not that great. Another thing I like to do is I kind of like to keep my rares together, just so for visual, so I think those are playable. And keep moving. Discord blowing up in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but okay, we got some white spells. Disenchant, I think this is kind of playable. I think there's some terrifying artifacts in this meta. That might be a good card to play. Mind Rot, good late game card. Rambling. So this is kind of like, you know, what I like to do, so we'll just kind of go. Just saw this, I don't even know if I read the card. You definitely want to prioritize Evasion, Flying 1/1, Protection from Red, Sacrifice, target counter spell that targets you. Good anti-burn card, that might be playable. Do we go Simic? I don't know. Murder, yeah, Murder, Premier Removal. 2 blacks and a colorless. You know, I'm thinking this is definitely splashable, premium removal and limited. You want to play Murder card. So let's not go too long. Okay, black, we're getting some good black support. Creature Hordes, a 2-drop. When it enters a battlefield, each opponent exiles a card from their hand. Good late game play. 2 and a black, gets 1/1 until end of turn. Not bad, not bad. Not immediately jumping out to me as something I need to play. Red Premier, basically target creature gets +1/1 and gains double strike until end of turn. Good combat trick. Dope! Dope. I don't know if it's playable in this pool, however, Leyline of Anticipation is an amazing card. You know, basically the Vidalcan Ori for the poor man, or if you're playing blue, Vidalcan Ori. Good card. I think that's kind of like, I want to play those colors. I touched upon it on a previous video. The tokens are amazing, but that's not what this is about. So, okay, digging the pool so far. I don't know, I'm liking my rares and my value, kind of. Maybe not. Boom, Tectonic Rift. So we're getting a lot of red cards. I'm gonna slow roll that. Hopefully everything has been in frame. So this is kind of like, you know, the pre-release process. Shock's always a good removal card. Blue, Defender. 3/3 for 2 Defender. Can attack, but that's pretty good. Good blue support as well. We're getting some mana fixing. Fun colorless card, Colossal Hammer. Quick creature gets +10/10 and loses flying. The equip cost is quite big. We're going to be playing green, so hopefully we got some ramp. This might be a fun playable card. Green uncommon, Veil of Summer. Draw a card. If opponent has cast blue or black spell this turn, spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and from black until end of turn. We're getting a lot of blue hate, a lot of black hate. I'm liking green a lot. Let me know in the comments. I'm going over this super quick, so I probably missed some things. Last rare, Dead Presence. Blue, green, black. Black-green. I'm thinking black-green. Creature Nightmare, 3/3. Whenever a swamp enters a battlefield under your control, choose 1, draw a card, lose 1 life. Dead Presence, deal 2 damage to any target, you gain 2 life. That might be playable. That might be good. We're getting some good mana fixing for that, but white, I don't know for there. 2 packs left. So on your pre-release weekend, you typically get about an hour deck build. So you do have time to really assess, and I'd take these, I kind of slow roll it and kind of separate more so in real time. 3/2 for 3, not bad. Anticipate. Piles are super sloppy. Love the flyers. 5-drop, a little expensive. Spells your opponents cast a target. This elemental will cost 2 more to cast. 3/4 flyer. I think that's unlimited, a good bomb card. So we'll kind of zoom past the separation real quick. 4-drop flyers. We'll put on that back. Flying is super prioritized in limited. 4-drop is expensive, however, the flying 2/1 with first strike, we can buff it up with hammer. It would lose the flying late game. I like it. Elemental, green ramp. Red. Okay, we got the octopi. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. I might fast forward some stuff, but I'm loving the blue, I'm loving the black. I'm thinking already Golgari, splash some things if we need it. Goring Vulture. Pitched up to the graveyard's a flying 2/2. A hardcover, another blue card, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +0/2 and has tap, draw card, then discard card, basically looting in blue. Kind of interesting. Oh, dude, disfigure. Love it. Getting some great black removal. We're finally getting some white creature supports. Video's 10 minutes. Okay, we're gonna be a little quick. Herald of the Sun, flying 4/4. Not bad. Oh, man. Oh, man. Great cards, basically a poor man's Abyssin, the Sephara Skyblade, 4 and 3 white pips is the downfall. We're getting a lot of white pips. Green, white, green, black. These are some primo flyers. You pay 1 white and tap 4 untapped creatures you control with flying rather than pay the spell's mana cost, so you can kind of cheap this out quicker. You might have some 1-drops. Flying, lifelink. Other creatures you control with flying have indestructible. With green, we're not going to be playing a lot of flyers if you go that route, so I don't know if that's going to be the direction we go. Let me know in the comments. Last pack, and we will go ahead and move to deck building off camera. Take a quick drink, because I'm a little parched, to be honest with you. 2 and 3, with late game benefits. Getting some good creature support there, fun stuff. Let's check out some green enchantments. Flash, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/2. Kind of a combat trick. Basically, you attack in, flash, and it stays. I like it. I like that card. Enchantment Aura, so we're getting some, yeah, dude, oh yeah. Enchanted creature dies, return that to the battlefield under control with a 1/1 counter on it. Yes. Yes. Red strong too, I'm not gonna lie. We'll slow roll everything. Green, instant destroy target artifact or enchantment. You gain 3 life. So this is kind of like a, you know, kind of covers the white disenchant. So if we don't need to go white for removal, I'm not seeing a lot of premium white removal, so I'm thinking black, green, strong, splash. I don't know. Pattern matcher. When this enters a battlefield, search your library for a card with the same name as another creature you control. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. This would be a good way to get double rhinos out. If we're playing anything with blue, that might be super good. So I think this is a good keepable. Dope. Dino is back. Thrashing Brontodon, very playable in a lot of EDH stuff. I play him in Gishoth, obviously. 1, sacrifice Thrashing Brontodon, destroy target artifact or enchantment. If you have Graveyard Recursion, this could be a very poor man's Caterpillar, Caustic Caterpillar, I believe. So you get that, you get this, you get some redundancy. You're just looping, you're destroying things via graveyard. Great play. Portal of Sanctuary. Okay, not bad. Field of the Dead, decent rare land. Do playable? I know it's like the zombie land, right? Whenever Field of the Dead or another land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Maybe, I don't know. We can maybe make that happen. Probably not. I might not play this. Good rare nonetheless. So I'll go ahead and take a quick break, snap to, and I'll jump back with my brew. And here is the brew. I'm gonna try to keep it as brief as possible. Went blue, black, green. Obviously with the double copies of Shifting Ceratops, wanted to force that. But we'll go ahead and run through the breakdown. We got 8 forests, 5 swamps, 4 islands for a total of 17 lands. I think that's pretty standard. Wanted to keep it kind of on par. We got some kind of like a higher curve. Let me know obviously in the comments what you think direction I should have went, but I felt this was the best way to go. We got some mana ramp, we got some fixing, and we have some removal. So we'll start with the creature package. At the 1-drop, Sedge Scorpion. It's a basically 1/1 for 1. However, it has Death Touch and it's green. I feel like this is a black card. Very Golgari themed. 1/1 Death Touch. Absolutely playable at 1. Amazing blocker. At the 2-drop package, basically we have a few cards here. Kind of splashed blue, got rid of red and white immediately, even though we had that awesome white rare. The I can't even say it. Basically the Drake. It's a flying 2/2. It's a 1/1. However, it has protection from red, and I think this is a good late gameplay anyway. If we don't get the blue immediately, we do have some mana fixing. It's a good late game play because I get sacrificed to Drake, counter target spell that targets me. So late game, if they have any kind of weird shenanigans where they're dealing mass damage targeted towards me, I get sacrificed to Drake. We have ways to get it out of the graveyard. I think it's a good play. It's a flyer. We have ways to buff him up as well, so went with the Drake with the 1/1. Went with the Prismite at 2. Basically 2, add 1 mana of any color at the 2 colorless slot. This is for mana fixing. 2/1 body, probably not going to be attacking with him too much. Fixing primo. Basically it's a 2/2 for 2. It's a bear, and when it's my turn, it has lifelink. It's also a vampire. Bonus points. Blood Burglar goes in. For whatever reason, if we can get the Colossus Hammer attached to the Blood Burglar, we do have a 12/12 lifelinker. I think that's potentially viable. Also at the 2-drop spot, Leafkin Druid, tap, add 1 green. If I control 4 more creatures, add 2 instead. 14 creatures, I think that we might get there, and the double green will be amazing casting Shifting Ceratops. Ferocious Pup might not be the best common in the world, however, it's got to be one of the cutest. It's a 2 and a green. You're getting 2 bodies. Basically, when this enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. You're going to use the Puff to block. Chump block, unfortunately. Pup, you did a good job. I mean, if you have a heart, maybe you won't do that, but if you try not to take damage, Pup goes. You're getting that wolf token as well. 2 bodies for 3. I think that's good. The Pup late game can be attached to the Colossus Hammer. I don't know anything cuter than a puppy with a hammer in his mouth, so potentially we can get him where he needs to be. 3-drop, dope. Thrashing Brontodon, double green pip, kind of a pain in the ass, however, we'll get there later in the game. 3/4 body is good. Tap 1, mana of any color, sacrifice Brontodon, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Getting that on a creature body with beef, amazing. So we'll go ahead and move to the 4-drop package. Might be a little ambitious, but basically this whole deck is based around Shifting Ceratops. There is the promo. We'll go ahead and appreciate the foil real quick. Kind of cool. Foiling process on M2020 is tops. Basically, we got 2 copies of these. Spell can't be countered. I think it's a good 4-drop for 5/4. The spell can't be countered. Awesome. Protection from blue. It's a blue hate card. And for green, we can give it up to any of these if we have the green mana. Reach, trample, haste. Blocks flyers. Gets trample. Has haste. Hey, we have 2 copies. I think that's pretty sweet. Since we do have 2 copies, we have a Pattern Marcher. I got another copy of this in the sideboard. Basically, when this enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card with the same name as another creature you control, reveal it, and then basically put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. So, long story short, we're getting the Ceratops out. We're fetching for more Ceratops. Like I said, I have another copy of this. It's an uncommon. I think it's pretty decent. If you're in your limited pools, this is a great card for fetching duplicates. The fact that we got it rare is pretty, I think we have to take advantage of that. Only ran 1 copy. I might slide out the other copy for an equal 4-drop. I don't know if you run 2 Pattern Marchers to basically fetch, or basically once one of the Ceratops dies, we can get him from the graveyard via Grave Digger. When Grave Digger enters the battlefield, I return target creature card from the graveyard to my hand. So Ceratops, if it dies, if we're playing, not against blue and he dies, it goes back to my hand, and then we can get him back. So I don't know, maybe we run 2 Pattern Matchers. I think the Grave Digger kind of doubling down on if they die. I think it's a more fuller solution. One of the rares that we got as well, Dead Presence. It's a creature. It's a 3/3. However, it has foe removal. When this enters the battlefield under my control, choose 1. I may draw a card and lose 1 life. Dread Presence deals 2 damage to any target. I gain 2 life. Pseudo removal for the 2-drops. I can get that back with Grave Digger, so we can get that back once or twice. Thus, I felt running these many 4s is worthwhile. We got some good ramp. For the 5-drop, Boreal Elemental, went with the flyer. Basically, it's a flying 3/4 for whatever reason with the ramp. If we can get the hammer attached to the elemental, I believe this is an absolute must play. The evasion on the 3/4 in the 5 spot, I kind of went in that direction. So that's kind of where I went. Let me know if you would do anything differently, but that's my casual take. For the removal packages, give or take, One of the reasons why I definitely wanted to force blue was because we do have a sleep paralysis. Good late game play, right? Enchant creature. When sleep paralysis enters a battlefield, tapped enchantment creature, it does not untap during that creature's untap step. Basically, you're just tapping and removing from the game their best creature. You're getting rid of the graveyard, so there's no graveyard recursion. Pretty strong spell for 4. Of course, we have one target spell. Great to have in your pocket. Maybe you might want to sideboard this if it's not working for you, but I loved running at least one, one counter spell. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 4. 3, I feel like you're going to get that off. Target spell, you're hitting creatures and everything else. Convolute, I feel like that's a must play. Feral Invocation, basically, pseudo removal. Flash, I can flash in and enchant my creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/2. So after blockers are declared, it's a good combat trick. In green is pretty, untapped green mana. That's good to kind of throw them off. 2 black and 1 colorless, basically. It's kind of aggressive, the 2 black pips. However, murder is absolute premium removal. Gotta run it. Disfigure, 1 black, target creature gets -2/2 until end of turn. Doesn't kill everything, however, post combat, you can get the job done, and it does get by hexproof, so, indestructible with the -2/2. So Disfigure, 1 black, has to be played in this deck. So that's kind of our removal package, and then we do kind of have 4 additional spells to round out the 40. Basically, Natural End, maybe this gets boarded out. Basically, destroy target artifact or enchantment. You gain 3 life. I feel like out of the gate, game 1, it's good to have at least 1 artifact or enchantment removal. It's even better to have 2 if you have 1 built in on your body via Brontodon. Good card. Gift of Paradise, an absolute must play in this deck. 3 colors is very aggressive. Enchant land. When this enters the battlefield, you're gaining some life. That's great. Enchant land has tap, add 2 mana of any color. That's super sweet. Basically getting the Shifting Ceratops, double green pips. We got some, fixing blue. Ramping, awesome. Also running Veil of Summer, 1 green. It's an instant. This is basically a protection spell. Draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. That's a bonus. Basically, if they're doing red removal, you do not draw the card. However, spells you control can't be countered this turn, which is good if you're going to do an aggressive play. And also, you and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and from black, the 2 premier colors for targeted spot removal until end of turn. Excuse me, blue is probably not premier spot removal. Blue's more for other things, but that's good. Blue-black is great. Red's still susceptible, but boom. Also, the Colossus Hammer. It's uncommon. It's obnoxious. 1 drop, you're gonna get it out, guaranteed. However, will you attach it? Maybe, maybe not. For 8 is the equip cost. You're basically, equipped creature gets 10/10 and loses flying. Which is not a huge deal. We do have a couple flyers, 1 or 2 flyers. However, if we can attach this to some creatures with trample, that's big deal. So we get it to the Ceratops. Ceratops has trample. I think the idea is get Ceratops out, ramp, get Ceratops out, make sure you at least have 1 or 2 out, attach the hammer, and win. So that's kind of the deck, 40 cards. Let's go ahead and go through the sideboard real quick. Technically, your whole pool is your sideboard, but for practice, I think I limited it down to 15 cards, maybe 16. We'll go ahead and get rid of, 15 card sideboard. Unholy Indenture, it's an enchantment aura, enchant creature. When the creature dies, return to the battlefield under your control with a 1/1 counter on it. Basically just more, guaranteeing that we're gonna get Ceratops and it's going to stay in play. Hardcover, enchantment aura, enchant creature gets +0/2 and has tap, draw a card, guaranteeing that we're getting 2 Ceratops. Winged Words, sorcery spell. The spell casts 1 last to cast for each controller you control with flying. So we're basically drawing cards. I'm not going to spend too much time. I think another notable include, it's in the sideboard because it's a 2-drop and 2 black pips. So I don't know if you're going to get there when you need it to be. However, it's a good late game play. So maybe I slot this in. Let me know for what. 2 black. Basically, when this enters the battlefield, each opponent exiles a card from their hand. So late game, if they're holding a bomb in their hand, they got 1 or 2 cards in their hand, they're ditching 1. With the Grave Digger, we can maybe do it again. 2 and a black, Yarrick's Fenlurker gets a +1/1 until end of turn with all of our ramp. Not flying or evasion per se, but in combat tricks or things, it's good to balloon up when you need to. We'll be a little bit quicker. hardcover, so I don't know if I looped around or not. Basically trample, dies, draw a card. Decent stuff. Blue, 1-drops, flash. It's a 1/1 flyer. It's a blocker. 3 in blue, draw a card. I don't know if blues are aggressive color with 4, so stay away from the blue aggressive drops. Stone Golem. Actually didn't mind this one. 2 in a blue. Flying, when Cloudskin Seer enters a battlefield, draw a card. You know, flying 2/1. You're drawing cards for 3. I think that, you know, maybe not. Season of Growth. Basically, yeah, so here's our other pattern matcher. Season of Growth. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. Pretty decent. I don't know. I feel like that might be a playable card. Maybe I should play this over the Natural End. Since we are running Brontodon Thrashing, maybe you go like this. I don't know. I think that might be the right play. But basically, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1, you're getting the cards you need. And whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. The reason why it's not in the main board, and I'll actually probably remove it right away, I just don't have a lot of spells that target creatures, and I don't know if the scry 1 is better than removing an enchantment and gaining life. You know, we'll make that call later. Also, too, some good sideboard tech. Duress. It's a 1 in a black. Target opponent reveals their hand. You know, you remove their best non-creature, non-land spell. Decent. Another late game play. Mind Rot. 2 in a black. Target player discards 2 cards. Not a bad play, but you know, if your opponent doesn't have a lot of cards, very situational. So sideboard tech, and also the colorless 4 Raptor. Flying 2/1 first strike. For the sake of practice, that is my procured sideboard of 15 cards. This is the main deck. I don't know if this flies or not. I think it feels very fun, and I definitely look forward to playing it against somebody somehow. I'll figure that out later. But thank you for checking out the video. In the meantime, hit like, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more cracking, packing goodness, and more deck techs and fun Magic stuff, and board game stuff as well. So, my name is Dean, and catch you guys on the next video. Adieu.